Back in March, Clinton was adamant that no classified information was ever trafficked on her private account.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. So I'm certainly well aware of the classification requirements and did not send classified material.
But now the Clinton campaign is admitting that the situation is much more complicated. On Friday, they said any released emails deemed classified by the administration had been done so after the fact and not at the time they were transmitted. But even after the corrections, the New York Times stated flatly that the Clinton claim was not true. And yet the next day, on Saturday, Hillary Clinton herself seemed to be again in denial.
The facts are pretty clear. I did not send nor receive anything that was classified at the time.
That's just counter to the reporting. That's counter to the State Department inspectors general, and that's counter to the intelligence agency's inspectors general. It's stunning that she was still saying that this weekend. Hillary Clinton now claims the documents weren't classified, quote, at the time. But again, the inspectors general says they were, even if they weren't marked classified. The Obama administration inspectors generals looked at the information in the emails Clinton provided and made a preliminary finding that she was and is wrong. They say the information, some from the CIA and some from the NSA, was clearly classified when it was sent, and it's classified now, and it's always been classified. According to the IGs, the 4 emails in question did not contain classified markings and/or dissemination controls, even though in her press conference she said she was certainly well aware of classification requirements. Unfortunately for the Clinton camp, that's just not the only place that Hillary Clinton skirted the truth in her March UN press conference.
After I left office, the State Department asked former secretaries of state for our assistance in providing copies of work-related emails from our personal accounts. I responded right away and provided all my emails that could possibly be work-related, which totaled roughly 55,000 printed pages, even though I knew that the State Department already had the vast majority of them.
But that claim, of course, has also been proven false by journalists. Disclosures by Sidney Blumenthal to the Congressional Committee investigating Benghazi shows that 9 emails and parts of 6 others related to Libya weren't included in those emails that Hillary Clinton handed over. Here's more from Hillary Clinton back in March.
I wanted to just use one device for both personal and work emails instead of 2. It was allowed, and as I said, it was for convenience, and it was my practice to communicate with State Department and other government officials on their .gov accounts. So those emails would be automatically saved in the State Department system to meet record-keeping requirements, and that indeed is what happened.
2 things. Clinton has been found using at least 2 personal devices, not 1. She used her cell phone and an iPad as email as Secretary of State. And the State Department did not automatically save all departmental email until February of this year. Only a tiny fraction of its emails were saved. And that's under the assumption that she exclusively used State Department emails. All in all, this appears just to be the tip of the iceberg. The State Department inspectors general say they found classified material sent to and from Clinton's Chappaqua home-baked server, even though they only had access to a small sample of 40 emails. Of those, they found that 4 contained government secrets. That is information that, if exposed, could potentially harm national security. It's information that's meant to be transferred and stored exclusively on secure computer networks with special safeguards. Again, of the self-selected emails the Clinton camp chose to release, 1 in 10 of those reviewed emails seems to have held classified information. Put in perspective, Hillary Clinton turned in over 30,000 emails she said were work-related. She destroyed tens of thousands of emails, wiped clean her home-baked server, and possibly destroyed copies of countless classified documents improperly stored and sent from the United States top diplomat. The extent of the cover, if there ever was one, will not be known because that evidence, which could either clear or convict her, was destroyed by the politician who is now at the center of this national security debate. Unfortunately, there seems to be much more to come from this story, but what we've seen so far is that it's unlikely that this is going to be the last time Hillary Clinton will be changing her story. Mika, you go through it, and you go back. We could talk all morning about that UN press conference. It's just baffling to me, the thing that they sent her out to say things that they knew were going to be countered in the press in the coming weeks and months. This is just a growing problem.